Oh, yeah. You see the title. Looks like we might be getting an answer soon. Hopefully. But what's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Cavaliers live stream. Now, I was actually considering doing a little 2-for-1, talking a little bit about the Cavs and then talking about the Guardians because, there's been some talk about the Guardians and what they could do before the trade deadline. But as of right now, I haven't really heard anything substantial. It's a lot of opinionated stuff. A lot of, I think they could go after. There hasn't been a lot of the Guardians are going after. Like, nobody has really been revealed as like a legit target. It's just a lot of I think right now. I'm going to wait until we start hearing some legit stuff before I start making videos about that. What's up, Daniel? But as the title says, it sounds like the Cavs head coaching search could be coming to an end. As according to many sources in the organization, they have identified their finalists, and they have started bringing them in for visits this week. Of course, the three guys in the thumbnail, that being former Hornets head coach James Borrego, who has seemingly taken over the lead for the lead candidate in most people's opinion. Then you have former Nets head coach and current Warriors assistant Kenny Atkinson. Of course, Borrego, currently with the Pelicans. A lot of people thought that we get Borrego, we might be going after Ingram. But it sounds like the core force sticking around. Now, am I against it? No. Keep the core four around if you have to. I'm not going to say you have to trade Allen and Garland. If Garland requests a trade, like the people have been saying after Donovan extends, which it sounds like it's going to happen. If DG wants out, hope they can get a good haul for him. But it sounds like they're going to keep him around for at least this year upcoming, just to see how they do with an actual coach and not a bozo like JB Bozo staff. Now, the third name that came out a couple of days ago was T-Wolves acting head coach Mike Inori, who is an Ohio native. I believe he took for Coach Finch when Mike Conley was shoved into him on the sideline, and I think he did something with his tibia or something. And yeah, so he was out for the rest of the playoffs. I mean, he was on the sideline, but he really wasn't doing much. He was coaching, but Mike Inori was really the one doing most of the stuff. Now, I believe there was another occasion where Coach Nori took over, and it was against the Cavs when Coach Finch was sick. I think that was the game when Rudy Gobert did the whole money thing. Because, he was saying that the refs essentially rigged the game. Yeah, I streamed that game. That was fun. What's up, Jacob? Let's get Kenny. For me, I would be 100% fine with any of the guys I just talked about. Do I want us to trade Allen? No. I want to see what these guys can do. One, healthy, because last year was a year from hell. I mean, everybody was hurt. The only guy I am pretty sure that played every game was freaking George Niang, of all people. We only saw him. Yeah, we saw him every game. For some reason, I was thinking of Ty Jerome, who we only saw for 2 games. Not even. I read James Borrego. Yeah, that's what I heard. He is taken over as the favorite. Now, one thing I've learned about Borrego was his offense was amongst the top in the league, both in Charlotte and New Orleans. And the way he runs things, I think we would do really well. Now, who else could it possibly be? Because I did mention there are some potential dark horses that might pop in out of nowhere. There's really two names that I've heard that could swoop in and maybe make things interesting. That's Chris Quinn, who I believe was with the Miami Heat, and Johnny Bryant, who Donovan Mitchell knows very well. Like, he was a coach with the Knicks. And I have a hunch, no matter who we hire as a coach, if it's not those two, I could see Bryant possibly being brought in on the staff. Wouldn't surprise me. Now, would Bryant want to essentially accept a lateral move, but he would be able to coach Donovan Mitchell again? Do you think Spider stays? I think so. Yeah. That's the vibe. That's the vibe I'm hearing. He's going to stay. Now, we'll see what actually happens. Because I've said things and then have things go the other way before. But, yeah, this is going to be a fun off season. I mean, you look at the Cavs roster, they could make some changes. Yeah. And all I'm asking is, please don't go into next season with the same exact roster. Like, make some changes. You know, get rid of bum-ass Niang. I don't know why you brought him in the first place at all. Get rid of Niang. Get rid of LeVert. Jerome, he could go bye-bye. Get yourself another solid backup center that can actually contribute, because Damian Jones, we found out very early he wasn't really that great. He actually did get some decent minutes at the beginning of the season, but then they realized, yeah, this dude's a bum, and they rarely played him again. Is Strus staying? Most likely. Okoro has to leave? Not necessarily. He's an RFA. Although I could see us doing like a sign and trade if we have a chance to get some stud in return. In fact, not even a few days ago, I saw a tweet. Not sure if this is legit or if it'll actually happen. Apparently, the Cavs are talking about possibly trading into the lottery in the first round. I think that really depends on who's available. I could see them doing it if there's a player that they really, really like that's still on the board. But I think in the end, I think they stay at 20 and they draft somebody who might contribute a little bit. But then again, they could also do what they've done before. Draft somebody and then like a few months down the line, trade them. I mean, look, they've done it before. Heck, they did it with Andrew Wiggins. They did it with Ochai Agbaji. So here's something to know, guys. If the Cavaliers draft a Kansas Jayhawk, they're probably going to trade him. Yeah, because that's what they've done the last couple of times they've drafted a Jayhawk. Yeah. I'll be watching the first round to see what the Cavs do. Yep. And then I'll be watching the second round just because. Remember, it's on 2 days this year. 2 separate days. Which is going to be weird, right? Please trade Okoro. I don't think we will, but again, if they trade him, it would probably be something like a sign and trade. And we'll see what they do there. Please, Chris Quinn. I don't think it'll be Chris Quinn, but again, you never know what could happen at this point. But yeah, almost forgot to put this up. And that little piece right there. There you go. Now that's better. Cavs coaching search update. Essentially, we got 3 main candidates and 2 I guess, dark horse candidates that could, like I said, swoop in and mess everyone up. And knowing the Cavs, they would definitely hire one of those dark horses. And I tell you what, nothing would make Cavs Twitter lose their minds more than if they saw a Woj bomb, they went to check it out, only to see the Cavs are hiring like Chris Quinn as their coach. After all this smoke about James Borrego. No, what would really set Cavs Twitter off is if the Lakers hire James Borrego. That would just tell us that, okay, Borrego's camp was just putting that out that he was the leader for the Cavs job, just so the Lakers would have to giddy up and hire him. But they're going to go after J.J. Redick. And then what they're probably going to do is they're going to hire J.J. Redick, and then they're going to probably try and have Borrego be on his staff. But again, would Borrego accept a lateral job to the Lakers? Right? Do you know when the NBA will release the schedule? I don't know, Jacob. I don't know. Probably sometime in the offseason. Probably, well, I'm probably going to say around August. Just watch the Cavs will hire a coach when I'm doing something. I mean, let's not forget, the Cavs traded for Donovan Mitchell when I didn't have internet here, and they traded for Jared Allen when I was going to the store. So, essentially, they usually like to wait to do stuff when I'm not here. Draft Silva. I don't know. I mean, I've seen his name a lot in mock drafts. Seems like a good player. But, I mean, I'm not really going to be talking much about the draft because I don't even know if that player's even going to be on the Cavs come October. Cavs traded Mitchell when I was taking a nap. LeBron James came back to the Cavs when I was taking a shower. Yeah. I didn't know when he was going to announce his decision. So I'm like, I'm going to take a shower because, I woke up a little while before. I'm going to take a shower real quick and then come back and see what happens. Well, I went into the bathroom, took a shower, came out, boom, saw he was a Cav. And I was like, oh, my God. In fact, that play in the Super Bowl between the Seahawks and the Patriots, the interception at the goal line, I was in the bathroom when that happened. Why did I choose to go to the bathroom at one of the most important times of the game? I don't know. I'm a freaking idiot for doing that, but hey, yeah, it is what it is. I guess I just figured, well, the Seahawks are going to score here, so I might as well go to the bathroom anyway, get it over with. And I come back and intercepted. Damn. Need a good coach. Yeah, we can't afford another JB Bozo staff now, can we? Although, if we do hire James Borrego, we can then call him JB. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Schedule on NFL preseason. Yeah, most likely. Most likely. And then what's going to happen, B Squirrels? The schedule's going to come out. I'm going to do my reaction stream, and Jacob's going to come in the comments saying, I'm going to go to this game and that game and this game and that game and this game and that game. Like every few days, I'm going to go to this game, and I'm going to go to that game, then I'm going to go to this game, then I'm going to go to that game, and then I'm going to stream that game, and then Jacob's going to be like, I didn't go to that game. Because that's how he does it. If you've noticed, Jacob says he's going to the game, and then most of the time he doesn't go. And he'll be popping in my chat when I'm streaming it. Not hating Jacob, it's just funny. Not being a hater or anything, it's just funny how that works. You say, I'm going to go to this game and that game and this game and that game. And in the end, he goes to maybe like one or two games. It's just the way it works. I'm not even hating. It's just so funny how that whole thing happens. We'll see how many games he says he's going to next year. And then we'll see how many games he actually goes to. He'll probably say he's going to like 20 games, but he'll only go to like 4. I'm going to really try and go to a Cavs game next year. I say that every year, but I never get around to it. because, of course, for those who don't know by now, I no longer live in Ohio. I haven't lived in Ohio in like 4 years. So I have to really like put a trip around it. Now, as far as the Browns go, I'm really trying to go to a Browns game. And it'd be even more dope if the Cavs play at home when the Browns are at home too. That'd be fun. Please trade Allen because too soft. You know, it's funny because people were getting on him about playing with that rib injury. Now that I really think about it, that whole situation was just messed up. Because if he would have played with that injury, what if he gets hit in the rib again? Then it hurts even more. Right? But that whole thing that came out after we lost in that last game, like literally not even an hour after the loss, a freaking piece was published just letting loose on the Cavs. Essentially just airing out everything. Like, damn, like unloading the clip on the Cavs. All the problems that were going on behind the scenes. You know, like players were distrustful of JB Boso's staff. Like legit during practices, they'd be like, what are we even doing? I mean, Donovan Mitchell even didn't like JB. I mean, let's not forget the dude was damn near fired during the season. We didn't even know that at the time, remember? We didn't know, but he was like this close to getting fired. From what I hear, if they would have lost to the Pistons after they lost to the Blazers, they lose that Pistons game, which they won. But if they lost that Pistons game, he probably would have been fired. Yeah. That's most likely what would have wound up happening. We need small forward. I mean, yeah, they could get a small forward, move Okoro, either trade him or move him to the bench. But my ultimate hope is they trade LeVert and they trade Niang's dumbass for something. And maybe they can go out and, you know, get like Kelly Oubre Jr., who they should have had it originally. I was going to say Royce O'Neal, but it sounds like he's going back to the Suns. But I'm telling you guys, I have this weird feeling that we're just going to run everything back, the entire thing. Except we're going to add a rookie or two, and then we'll sign like one or two guys to a minimum contract, and that's it. That's all we're going to do. Just to fill out the rest of the team. Because Kobe Altman cares more about locker room vibes than actually building a good team. To this day, I like Strus, but they could have used someone else with him too. No, they wanted George Niang. Like legit, he was one of their top targets. Like, how do you evaluate free agents, right? And then you come to the conclusion that George Niang is actually good. He's not. He's slow on defense. And if he's missing shots, he's useless. He's only useful when he's actually making shots. And he's only had a couple games like that where he was going off. He went off against the Sixers late last year. But after that, we didn't hear a peep from him. I went to 3 straight Magic games. Yep. That series against the Magic was nuts. Like, we legit thought we might lose the series to them. But here we are. We have been eliminated now for essentially a month. Maybe a little over a month or whatever. Maybe a little under a month. I don't know. It's been a while. Feels like it's been like 2 months, but it's only been like a month or so. And we haven't really heard much in the terms of the coaching search. The draft is coming up in like a few days, a week or so. And of course, I believe free agency is on July 1st. So, yeah. What's really funny is NBA free agency starts on July 1st. I think same thing as NHL free agency too. So, and I'm not even going to talk about the Blue Jackets in this stream because this isn't a Blue Jackets stream. But they're going to have an interesting offseason too because they have some cap space. They have a nice solid core of players. And unlike, it's kind of funny, they did the opposite of the Cavs. The Cavs kept their GM but fired the coach. And it sounds a lot like the Blue Jackets are going to keep the coach but fire the GM. They fired their GM. They brought in Don Waddell, who's actually pretty good. He turned the Hurricanes from a joke into a legit contender. And the best part I love about Don Waddell, he is not afraid to sign free agents. The Blue Jackets have not done a damn thing in free agency lately, the last couple of years. The only guys they've signed in free agency the last couple of years was 2 years ago when they signed Johnny Hockey out of nowhere. Nobody saw that coming. Legit. And then good Branson. You know what? Now that I think about it, technically, I guess they did sign someone last year. Granted, they traded for Damon Severson and then signed him. That was the guy that they would have went after in free agency, but they wanted priority, so they traded for him. Now that I think about it, Eric Goodbranson is the Blue Jackets version of George Niang. A guy who is practically useless most of the time. Please keep Morris. I don't think Morris is sticking around. Now, granted, I would love Mook Morris as our back-end bench piece. Like what we had with Thompson last year. I'd love Morris to stick around, but I just don't think he will. I think he's going to go somewhere else. I could see a team paying him decent money. I think the Cavs are going to make most of their noise in the trade market. They're going to trade Niang. They're going to trade Levert. And then they'll probably sign some decent players like a couple backups. I don't know if they're going to go big money like that. But Dan Gilbert, when he has a contending team, he isn't afraid to dip a little into the tax, pay a little charity check to the league to make sure this team's good. But it sounds like the core four is sticking around, and it sounds like that Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley could be getting some big money contracts this offseason, which will make me very happy. So let me do a quick check on Twitter just to make sure I didn't miss anything. And then I'm probably going to head out. Now, like I said, I was going to make this a Cavs and Guardians stream where I talk about Guardians trade targets. But like I said, it's a whole lot of opinionated stuff, a whole lot of I think. There's not a lot of sauce behind it. Yeah, it's just a whole lot of I think they could do this or I think they could do that. So I'm going to hold back on the stuff like that until we actually get some legit rumors. When I see Ken Rosenthal or Jeff Passan, John Heyman, or even a couple of our beat writers, when I see them start talking about the Guardians trading, then I'll make a video. Like if Zach Meisel tomorrow posts an article talking about guys we could trade for, that's when I'll be making my trade target video or stream. I don't know if I'm going to do a video or not. I haven't done a video in a while. I guess that's how I could try out Streamlabs. Tried to do a stream on the Buckeye channel, but it didn't really work out so well. So I think that's all I got, guys. Check my fantasy sports teams real quick, make sure everything's locked in. I don't want to have starter that I wind up leaving on the bench because that would piss me off. That would legit piss me off, especially if that player turns out to be an absolute dog today and I go out and get 5 hits, 2 homers. That would be, oh my God, bro. If I left a player on my bench in fantasy, because I've done that so many times in basketball and football. If that happens in baseball, I leave a guy on my bench and he winds up going off like 4 for 5 with a home run and like damn near going for the cycle. Oh my God, I'm throwing my phone through my window. I don't even care. I'm going to be so heated. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up. Heat and Wizards to play in Mexico. Wow. Okay. Remember, the Cavs played in France last year. I streamed that game. That was fun. We really smacked around the poor old Brooklyn Nets. That was when Tristan Thompson and Nick Claxton got at it. That was fun. What's this now? Oh, ooh, this is from Jensen Lewis. Oh, the Guardians could get a sneak peek at some trade targets in Toronto. I'd love to see a one-stop shop if Toronto continues to fall. Bo Bichette and Kevin Gausman package deal. I'm not sure they're doing that. Gausman, yes. Bichette, not sure. The only news was about baseball today was, Jose Abreu getting DFA'd. What a bullet we dodged that one. Jeez. We dodged a 50 caliber sized bullet with that one. We offered him like a 3-year deal and he turned us down to go to Houston. Man, I can only imagine what would have happened if we did that. Most likely what would have happened was he would be playing first base and Josh Naylor would be doing DH. So, yeah. That would be interesting, though. Guardians going after Blue Jays players? Nah. If we left Toronto with like Chris Bassett, that'd be cool. That'd be nice. Gausman, maybe, but yeah. I think that's going to wrap it up here, guys. So, nothing really on Twitter. Twitter's kind of quiet. Not too bad, though. All right. I will see you all at some point later on. So have a good rest of your day, everybody. Guardians are playing in about a half hour. So go Guards, of course. And then we'll see what they do as we are closing in on about a month until the MLB trade deadline when rumors and news start popping up, and then eventually trades are going to start happening. I think trades will start popping off after the All-Star break, in my opinion. And be sure to vote for the Guardians, too. Don't be leaving, don't be out here lollygagging around. Like, vote for the Guardians, especially J. Ram, Josh Naylor. I was going to say some pitchers, but they don't vote for pitchers. But mainly J. Ram and Josh Naylor. Yeah. And Stephen Kwan. And Andres Jimenez, of course. But that's really it, because nobody else really truly deserves it besides those guys. So, yeah. Get some Guardians in the All-Star game. Not only that, make them starters. Yeah. So that's my update on the coaching search. We're probably going to have an answer by the draft, I hope. So if I hear anything else, I'll have a video or a stream out with it. And then before you know it, it'll be NBA free agency, and I'll be doing videos and all that other wonderful stuff. And if you're curious, I'll be doing rumor videos for any free agents that we might be looking at. So that'll be fun. With that being said, though, I'm going to head out and get ready to watch the Guardians hopefully tear it up in Toronto. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Shout out to everyone who came through. See you guys next time, which who knows when that'll be. I mean, I will be live again for the series recap. So if I don't see you guys before then, I'll see you guys then. But if something happens before then, you know where I'll be. So, that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Guardians. Go Cavs. And let's get ourselves a good coach, please. And then let's extend Donovan Mitchell and let's make some moves in free agency, and make this team even better. Because, Dan Gilbert ain't going to tolerate this mediocre garbage, right? Yeah, he ain't going to tolerate that. He's trying to see us win another championship, put another banner in the rafters. So, see you guys later. Go Cavs, go Guardians, go Browns, Blue Jackets, Buckeyes. You already know. I'm Crazy Dog. I'm out. Bye-bye. Yeah. Go Cavs. Don't derp around this offseason. I swear to God. If I have to go into October with George Niang and Karis LeVert on my team, like if we run the whole thing back, I'm going to be like, really, Kobe? Running the whole thing back, all he did was just change coaches. So you're fully on the, oh, yeah, I want to see this team fully healthy thing, huh? That's the only problem? We weren't healthy? That's the only problem, Kobe? Okay. See how that goes. But yeah. Bye-bye, guys. Yeah.